The East African Forces, EAC, was brought into the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo to help check the growing rebellion of the M23 movement. Months after its introduction, citizens are beginning to question the ability of the force to carry out its mandate. News Centre's Omolola Ololade has more.
Created last year to stop M23 rebels who had seized swathes of territory in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The East African Community Force draws on troops from Burundi, Kenya, Uganda and South Sudan. The East African Regional Force, set up to thwart insurgents in the DRC, has for months been proclaiming progress, saying the M23 rebels have quit key strongholds and been replaced by its troops. This, however, is in contrast with what's happening on the ground, according to those from those areas.
Zile wanu masaba lizileta, shefu wa mwingine akaenda kule bakemwitisha seni renyo. Mwile renyo salifika kichanga kume ni renyo akuleta nini arume mwingine. Saba lizileta kila mwingine hatukulalaka marapiri. Pakaaji njobale kila siku bako na batrakase kubapiga. Ukirudia na habu ya ingia banakupiga mafi.
UPDF na M23 tuko na presque wote ni pamoja. Joka tembea pamoja, wabasi M23 natoka amwali wakipa kudoana wengine. Balingia pa yulu ngambo za maki pembeni ya nani ya mwisho wa nani ya park. Wakajenga pale huko manyumba za mbao pale.
The spokesman for the regional force confirmed that the rebels had been cooperative during the transition process, although there are still a few of them present in some part of Bunagana, a border town which officially the Ugandan army took back from the M23 in March.
Zile sehemu ambazo tunajua, na hiyo ndio ukweli wa mambo, wameondoka wote. Lakini Kibumba tunajua bado wako kwa uchache, Rumagambo tunajua wako kwa uchache, Bunagana tunajua wako kwa uchache, area ya Tongo, Mulimbi wameshatoka kabisa. Kiwanja wameondoka, wamebaki Rushuru kama 30 hivi.
Quoi qu'on dise, nous sommes dans un processus qui est très critique. Évidemment, il se retire pas, mais il y a des mouvements qui sont certes timides, pas au rythme que nous voulons, mais l'idée ici, ce n'est pas d'offrir de nouveaux prétextes pour continuer à endeuiller nos populations. Vous savez que nous sommes dans une année électorale et nous tenons à la participation de tous les compatriotes à ces processus électoraux.
The deployment of East African troops to the DRC was meant to reassure the population in Eastern DRC, but so far, locals largely remain skeptical of their presence as people wonder if the arrival of more foreign forces will help to end decades of conflict. Omolola Ololade reporting for News Central.
Joining us on the news to discuss this is Ogada, Chairperson of East Africa Law Society Rule of Law Committee. Thank you very much for giving us your time. The East African Force has been accused of not being effective in quelling the rebels. What's your thinking here about the accusation?
Well, good evening from Nairobi. Can you hear me? Yes,
I can, sir. Go ahead.
Well, the force has been bedeviled by a couple of challenges. We've had the two-star Kenyan general who was addressing your audience, General Jeff Nyaga. He recently quit his leadership of the regional force, citing several challenges that rendered his leadership ineffective. He raised concerns about the Congolese, for example, not providing funds, not availing money for the headquarters. The force has also been destabilized by political differences, particularly between Rwanda and the Congolese. There have been accusations that the M23 rebels are supported by Rwanda. So if you don't have a neighbor like Rwanda supporting and walking the same path as the Congolese, that definitely is going to cause problems.
Okay, what can be done to make the EACF more effective?
Well, certainly there are material challenges. They need material to work. They need funding. They need more troops. The politics has to be resolved. Paul Kagame and Rwanda have to be brought on board. If anybody thinks that the M23 situation can be resolved without necessarily engaging Rwanda and Paul Kagame, that person is misguided. Rwanda has to be brought on board, funds have to be supplied. The Congolese government has to acknowledge that partner states are helping it, because I've seen statements from President Tshisekedi to the effect that he's even doubting the mandate of the regional force. That does not bode well for the future of these peacekeepers.
What do you think why do you think the M23 rebels are hard not to crack, really?
Well, these people know the terrain. They appear to be well funded. They have certainly the weapons, the knowledge of the terrain. Our troops, the regional troops, appear not to be motivated enough to counter them. I've seen from some of the excerpts that you played prior to this interview of locals accusing certain regional forces of working in tandem with M23. The troops need to be rallied to work together. We need to read from the same script if M23 needs to be dealt with.
All right, Evans, thank you very much for speaking with us on the news.
Thank you very much.